Welcome back, friends. This is part 2 of the 17 personality readings. If you're looking for part 1, I'll have it linked in the cards and in the description. That's where I did the vocal unit members. Today we're going to do the hip hop unit members. Had to go look at my piece of paper real quick. I am recording these back to back, but I'm going to upload them, consecutively, one after the other, 1 day apart. There we go. words are hard. 1 day apart. So yesterday I would have uploaded the vocal unit. Today is the hip hop, and tomorrow will be the performance unit. So please stick around for that. And again, if you're watching this in the future, I'll have everything linked for you, no problems. I'm gonna get my drink because we're going to be doing a lot of talking. Today, the members for the hip-hop unit are Scoops, right? I think I always jokingly read his name as Scoops, and I've done it so many times now. I think that's his name, but yeah, it's Scoops. If I'm doing that wrong, please correct me in the comments. I want to make sure I get his name right. I want to respect this man. And we got Wonu, who I've done a reading for before. I think I did a career reading and an ideal partner reading. I think. Yes. I have to check my book. And yes, I do write down like all these readings so I can keep them straight, because at this rate my request list is like hundreds. I've got like almost 150 requests in the queue right now, and we're growing more every single day. So we're doing Wonu, and we're doing Mingyu, and we're doing Vernon today. So if that sounds like what you're interested in, please stick around. Thank you for clicking this video in the first place. If you enjoyed my content, please leave a like, subscribe for more. Like I said, I've got lots and lots coming, and I take requests, so put it in the comments. Check them out my Tumblr. I got that linked in the description too. By law, I have to say, all tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only. I do these for fun, so don't take it too seriously. I'm not affiliated with any idols or their companies. I just like K-pop. Okay, Scoops, sir. I believe he's the leader of this unit. I want to think he's one of the group leaders, if not the group leader. Okay. All right. Okay. Get some of these cards up here so everybody can see them. Make sure I'm recording. Yes, we are. Good. All right, so we have the Child of Nature in light attribute. Friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits, probably enjoys being outside, enjoys animals, pets, probably like outdoor sports. I see him, probably preferring running around the park versus being stuck inside the gym. Feeling more connected when he's in nature, and that kind of thing. We have excuse me, we have the Lovers in the Shadow, which is obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. For him, I kind of think this is a jealous streak, honestly. I get more of that vibe when I'm thinking about him. Sometimes this also is about being like really, really clingy. With him, I almost get the opposite way around, where he wants the person to be clingy with him, and might get jealous if they have a lot of friends or are that, naturally a kind of affectionate person with people they don't know, as well as they know him. I kind of get that vibe. And he could be that way with the members too, where it's like, you love me most, right? You love me the most? Okay, good. Just so we're clear, you love me most. I kind of, or appreciate, but like that vibe, I get that one from him. Wounded child in the shadow is blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. So if you cross him the wrong way, he's going to hold a grudge for a long time. Let's see, I looked him up. He is a Leo sun with a Capricorn moon. Yeah, he's going to hold grudges. Honestly, once he writes you off, you're dead to him. You're not getting back in. That's that fire sign with a Capricorn. They will write you off and you will never cross their line again. Leos and Capricorns in the comments, tell me I'm wrong. Please. I know everybody's chart's slightly different, but those two signs, especially for me, I'm a Capricorn ascendant myself, so maybe I'm projecting. All right, so martyr in the shadow. Addiction to self-pity. He may have a low self-esteem issue. He may not, he may not believe in his talents, which it's kind of sad. Either that or he has almost imposter syndrome. Like, he may believe he's talented, but maybe not as talented as his peers or something like that. Like, I don't know. There's something where he feels sorry for himself, and he just feels like that it's something he'll never be able to change. It feels a bit defeatist. So yeah, he may have a bit of insecurity, and it may be what his jealousy comes from, is that he has a bit of an insecure vulnerability to him. We have vampire in the light, which just makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So again, like I said, if he writes you off, that's it. If he feels like you're not worth it, if you're more trouble than you're worth, if you're dragging him down, yeah, he'll see through people's crap. If he knows you're kind of if you're kind of a toxic person, he has no problem just being like, nah, that person's not for me. No, they're just gonna make me tired to be around them. So he's good at spotting those kind of negative people that aren't worth for him to spend his energy on. And then guide in the shadow is places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Again, I kind of get this one where it's like, almost, if you want me to teach you something, I don't teach it for free, right? Like, he's a busy guy, and if you really want to be him to make time, like, I think we all had friends, like, when you're good at something, if you play an instrument, say you're good at guitar, and you always have a friend, oh, I want a guitar, you should teach me, like, come over, hang out, and teach me how to play guitar. And it's like, no, you can pay me for lessons if you want to learn. That's kind of how I feel. Like, people are like, oh, well, can you help me get an audition with the company? Can you, like, get me in? He's like, no, but I can give you my my agent's number, and you can hire an agent to help you get in. Like, I feel like he's that person. Like, it's like, listen, I don't have time. Either you can pay me, or, like, you can go through the proper channels, but I can't do this for you. He's not, he doesn't give handouts, that kind of thing. So I think he's, like, kind of really active person. I think he has a few issues with his self-confidence that he may need to look out for and work on. Again, like I said, he doesn't have a problem writing people off. You really don't want to, I don't think he believes in, like, fighting it. Like, he's not as aggressive and kind of, I want to say, like, hands-on when they get angry as some of the other members. I don't think he's quick to fight or quick to argue. He's just like, okay, well, if you can't meet me eye to eye, then I'm done. I'm out of here. So that's kind of the major aspects of his personality that are coming through for me right now. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Wonu. He said, I've done all these other readings on Wonu, and I haven't done a personality reading, and it's like so crazy to me. I had another video I had to edit because I kept saying personality reading because I was so sure that I would have done one for him by now, but no. So we'll do one for Wonu. He's kind of one too that I feel like now that I've like touched his energy a few times that I have like a little bit better sense of him than some of the others. He's kind of like still fresh in my mind. And sometimes that helps me with a reading too. Is like being more easily being able to picture the person in my mind. You know, it's like a bloodhound having the right scent. So we'll see how the Wonu reading goes. Okay. So we've got the Hermit again. I do believe this means he's kind of more of an introverted person, especially when he needs to like focus and work on things. He wants to kind of get away from all the noise and the responsibilities and just give himself the time to focus on his music or just recharging his social batteries. We also have Artist in the Shadow. Again, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as a starving artist to elicit pity. The first line in that rings more true to me when it concerns him. I don't think, again, that it's mistreating others in any kind of like abusive way, but it's like, again, I worry about ego with him a little bit. I worry about him thinking he's better than some people, especially seeing the Samaritan in reverse as well. And even if he doesn't think he's better, maybe he just comes off that way because he gets tired of people quickly. I mean, like, energetically tired of people. So maybe this is more that, like, people think he has an ego because that's how he acts, right? I mean, whether it's true or not, but it may be that's like he doesn't have the energy to be nice to people as much as people expect him to. You know, so I think he has an issue with people misunderstanding him. So we'll see. A divine child, which is light attribute. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. I do think he finds solace in his spiritual, his faith, his spiritual connections. I think, like I said, he likes to, you know, recharge in his solitude, and when he does, he's probably also, you know, seeking out his spirituality to give him strength. I think that might be something when he was young was instilled in him, and that kind of brings him back and grounds him, you know, helps him find who makes it so he doesn't lose himself, right? We also have magical child. So it also shows me with these that he also may have a bit of a childlike quality to him. This is seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. So it's nice. It just means he's really open-minded. You know, he probably wants to try a lot of different things, and he probably doesn't ever feel like he's super limited. He, you know, he may have a lot of opportunities, or he's made it so he just doesn't close his mind off to opportunities that may come through to him, or creating those opportunities himself, right? Some people think that, you know, you're in charge of creating those opportunities, and that may be kind of the mindset that he has, you know, or that he just goes with the flow. Maybe that if he's kind of more spiritual, he may feel like, well, what's meant for me will come to me. You know, maybe there's some of that too. We have the scribe and shadow, which is altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So he may have to worry about that kind of thing. I know 17 has had some issues with that in the past, not to bring up touchy subjects, but yeah, he might want to do his due diligence and make sure things he's getting into haven't already been done. You know, unfortunately, maybe the whole plagiarism thing, maybe a continual issue for them. I mean, it could be referencing the one time, but it sounds like either he has a problem with drawing too much inspiration from things, or it's unintentional, but he needs to make sure he's looking out for that he's, you know, staying out of trouble with that kind of thing. So, like I said, it may not be intentional. It may just be trying to show homage, but sometimes that can be misread. Like, again, he may have issues with being misunderstood by people. And then we have the Samaritan in the shadow, which is exacting appreciation and recognition for the help that you offer. So, again, like I said, this artist in the reverse kind of, or in the shadow, kind of tells me this too. Like, again, it may be about a little bit about feeding his ego. You know, I kind of tried to give benefit of the doubt that maybe there's a bit of also misread, which I do believe there are issues where he's misread, but there also may be issues where he's going to make choices based off of how much recognition he thinks it's going to get him. So instead of people just like helping other people for the goodness of it, he may be helping people he thinks will get him ahead. You know, some of these guys were like, oh, well, they're not going to do it for free. One who might, but only because he thinks that those people are beneficial to him in some way. Which, I mean, it's a business. That's not really the worst mindset to have. That, but maybe sometimes you gotta be careful overshooting. You know, I hope he's not like turned down collaborations with like foreign artists because he felt like they weren't big enough. You know, that kind of thing is what I think he needs to worry about. Again, maybe it is about a misreading because he could be thinking, well, I need to only work with artists of this level because I'm trying to get up here, where they're going to say, oh, well, we put the offer out, but they think they're too good to work with us. You know what I mean? Like, there's a few things he does that makes it sound like he's got an ego, and he could, but there's also like this benefit of the doubt thing going on where maybe he's just possibly being misread. It's really like a fine line with him that's hard to tell. So that's what I have for Wonu. Next up we have Mingyu. So we will see how Mingyu's doing. I don't know why when I literally said his name, like suddenly I felt so tired. Is Mingyu doing all right? Is he taking any time off? Is he having any issues? Because like suddenly, I don't know, my energy went to him and it's like exhausted. It's exhausted. The last time I felt something like this was like Sunjin from a day 6 reading. And he's taking time off for anxiety. So I don't know if Mingyu's doing, I know Mingyu from ATEEZ is, but I don't know if Mingyu's taking time off too, or maybe he needs to. I don't know. I feel just exhaustion. Like my eyes want to close right now, and I was fine 2 seconds ago. I'm literally drinking a soda. Like, there's no reason for like suddenly me to be this tired, but Mingyu's energy is really exhausted, guys. Mingyu needs a nap. Okay. I want to shuffle this one more time. Yeah, it's like I almost felt like I got like my temperature raised a little bit. Okay. Mingyu, let's go. Don't make me feel sick. I really don't want to right now. Okay. I'll tell you, the sabotage of the thief in reverse or in shadow kind of worry me a little bit. Okay. So, Queen in the light is radiates the regal feminine, uses benevolent authority to protect others. So, Yeah, he may see himself in a position to protect people around him. He may feel responsible for people around him. Or people may be putting those responsibilities on him and he just takes it because that's, you know, when you're the maknae, sometimes you don't get a choice. But either way, he doesn't really mind. You know, he seems like I said, it's a role that he accepts to be protective of other people. So let's see. Prince in the shadow, or priest in the shadow. Violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. Which is interesting because he has a connection with the divine. He may just be one of the people that's religious, but he's not, I don't know, doesn't feel like he connects necessarily with a specific church or a specific faith. You know, like maybe he's spiritual without being religious, if that makes sense. He might feel pressured by other people around him to be more religious, like active in his religious community. Sometimes I wonder with idols if that's an expectation of them, because I know some of them are really involved in the religious communities. But, you know, he may feel pressure for that, but he's not made decisions. You know, so again, like I said, there's expectations there that he worries maybe he's not living up to. And then we have saboteur in the shadow, which is induces self-destructive behavior or their desire to undermine others. I feel like this is very much self-destructive behavior. I don't know if it's overworking or if there's something else about him that he's not taking care of, but there's some kind of issue he's not dealing with properly. Like he's almost like running away from it. So it ends up being like, you can't, you know, it's like your problems don't just go away because you try to ignore them. I should say not running away, he's ignoring it, right? Then we have thief in the shadow, which is stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. So just like Wonu had some issues, maybe these could be also pertaining to that kind of thing, where he projects who he wants to be, maybe probably more so than he is, or for a lack of not understanding which direction he wants to go, so he kind of maybe just picking what's popular. There could be some of that where he doesn't feel like he understands his path yet, so he may be just kind of following or emulating others. And then we have the divine child in the light, which is innocence, purity, and redemption, suggests a special connection with the divine. Again, he may feel spiritual but not religious, right? So it's like he's comfortable maybe in figuring out eventually. You know, he doesn't view it as something he's got to figure out today. He seems pretty content in that. So, you know, like I want to think he does have a bit of an innocent, like almost gullible kind of innocence about him. So that also may be something that, because he's the youngest, he's been able to keep some of that. But also because of that, like I said, he will take on whatever other people tell him, because he believes that's what his role is. You know, maybe once he gets better at defining his own path for himself, he won't take on so much stuff from other people, because he'll have his own goals in mind later on. But right now, I think maybe because he doesn't have clear set goals for himself, he is taking on too much from other people. And then we have the prince in the light. Romantic charm and potential for power. I mean, I agree. I think he has a lot of charisma, especially on stage, but probably in person as well. And yeah, he probably, once he decides what path he wants to take, he'll do fine. Like he's got plenty of potential to basically do whatever he wants to do. He just has to decide what that is, I think. And you know, he's younger. It's not like he has to do it tomorrow, but again, I think he just needs to be careful of not blindly accepting what other people tell him to do, just because they tell him to, right? Because like I said, I think he's tiring himself out. He's taking on like too much. That's what I have for Mingyu, and now we're gonna do Vernon. We're gonna do Vernon. Okay. Okay, Vernon. Who are you, Vernon? Okay. So, the lover in the light this time. This is great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So, when Vernon loves something, he really loves it. Like, he'll go all in. Sometimes I view this as someone who also believes in love at first sight. They just, if they pick up a new hobby, that's their whole, you know, fascination until they feel like completely spent about learning about it, until either they burn out or they feel like they mastered it. And same with people. Might be like once he decides he wants to be around someone, he's like calling them 24/7, hanging out with them 24/7. He just doesn't get tired of people or things right away. He gets really super involved. Wounded child in the light. Awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. And got this before. Was it S. Coops? I think so. I think it was him. Anyway, just that he's a good friend if you need him. Like I said, when he loves people, he like really, really loves them. So you ever need anything, Vernon is like the guy to call. If he calls you his friend, like anything you need, the shirt off his back, he's that guy. So, you know, your girlfriend dumped you, you lost your job, whatever, call Vernon, he'll cheer you up. Like he's that guy. Fool in the light is fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Again, if you need cheering up, Vernon's your dude. He is that guy. He'll be there to make you laugh, so you can stop crying. You know, he'll just remind you how stupid the entire situation is, and that you know, you don't need to waste your time on that. And then we have femme fatale in the shadow, which is inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. Like I said, sometimes it's about people being overly sexy, but usually I get this as the attachment to money and power. Again, what is he? He is Aquarius sun and a Scorpio moon. Okay. So could be, well, power makes sense for Scorpio moon. So, but usually what I view as this is that, like, there's an aspect where it's like, if you hurt a Scorpio, they're not going to confront you directly. I mean, they might. Usually they're going to confront you directly if it's concerning their friend. But if it's them, they're probably going to try to shrug it off, not show you anything until later on when you're hurting, and they can shove something in your face so hard to be like, remember that one time you hurt me? Well, now you got what you deserve, and I'm going to add insult to injury and make it worse for you. Like, Scorpios don't care. Of course, everyone is unique, but we're talking about generalizations of some of these signs. But yeah, you know, Vernon doesn't get mad, he gets even. That's what Vernon does. And Aquarius sun means he'll find new and unusual ways to do it. Like, you won't see that coming. He's going to outsmart you. Quite simply, he's going to be much smarter than you about it. Advocate in the light inspires you to put compassion into action. So he's not about words. He's just as much as he is about words, he's also about action. Again, this is about helping people, you know. Almost like being good to other people is like his form of self-care, you know, like that compassion. Like, I just see this little tree like growing, you know, but that's like almost like, I feel like that's the tree that grows inside of him every time he does something good for someone else. Like, it's so fulfilling for him. I think that's really what I'm getting from his energy. Then we have mentor in the light, which is passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So again, he's naturally there to help people. He really loves helping people. Like I said, he doesn't get mad, he gets even. But other than that, he's not going out of his way to, like, I don't think he has very much malice in his whole body, unless he feels people asked for it and deserve it. But everybody else, like, Vernon is a really good friend. If he loves you, he loves you. If he hates you, excuse me. If he loves you, he loves you. And if he hates you, I'm sorry for you. like I'm sorry to you right now. But yeah, generally he really just wants to help people, be there for people, cheer them up, love them. I don't know, he's got like such good sunshine energy here. I really do like this guy. Which is funny because usually I feel bad saying I don't pay much attention to Vernon, so I'm gonna have to pay more attention to him because he seems like a quality dude. So that's what I have for Vernon. This is the end of video 2. Like I said, if you didn't see the first one, I'll have links for the vocal team. And if I forgot to say at the beginning, my readings for entertainment purposes only. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this. I'll see you tomorrow with the last installment of the 17 videos. So take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.